Greetings. I hope this video finds you well. Today, let's talk about fear. Maybe you and I can look at the whole movement of fear in its entirety, and through understanding, there is solution. Fear comes in many forms. The fear of our latest pandemic, the fear of losing your job, the fear of the opinion of another. Before we begin, let's differentiate fear from danger, and then hopefully we can bring them all back together here at the end. The fear I mentioned before is all psychological, but isn't all fear. Let's say you're walking on your path and you see a snake. As soon as you see the snake, you move out of its way. It's a normal reaction to it. There isn't anything psychological about it. You see the snake, you move. Why don't we look at fear the same way? It's dangerous. But for some reason, we take fear and we analyze it, bringing it in the mind. Therefore, we get stuck. When the mind is peaceful and still, there is no fear. There's nothing but peace. But because of the way we've built our nations, our divisions from one another, our nationalities, I am African, you are Caucasian, she's Asian. Because of our religion, that one's a monk, he's a Muslim. All of these divisions have caused a psychological fear from one another. And through those divisions, war is inevitable. But as people, we claim to love ourselves. We claim to love our children. We claim to love one another. But as soon as that is tested, we can see otherwise. If we truly love ourselves, if we truly love our children, if we truly love one another, why would we fight one another? Why would we send our babies to fight in some war, knowing the outcome on one side or the other is death? We've created borders separating one from the other. Our nation is better than your nation. Your nation is better than our nation. Let's get together at these borders and keep the other out. We could blame it on society. We could blame it on the other. And until we realize that we are society, we are the other, we'll continue to have this problem. We are not the product of society. Society is the product of us. And then we blame the media for what it shows. But the media is the product of us as well. If we changed what we love, if we changed our interest, the media will have no choice but to report those things that are popular. But because chaos, war, famine, all sorts of foolishness are loved by the people, the media represents that, it shows that, it presents it to us, and we eat it up. It is just a reflection of our fear. You may have been hurt before. You may have been sick before. And the fear of repeating those things caused great psychological distress. I don't want to be sick again. How do I prevent this from happening again? I've been hurt before. We look at our spouse. I don't want this person to leave me. They're everything to me. What would I be? What would I do if they left? We spend our time in the present, afraid that something in the past would happen again. If I sit and observe and I watch the thoughts, if I begin to analyze those thoughts, I'm caught up in the movement of fear. I'm stuck in the whole psychological game of fear through analyzation. You see, fear is a product of the mind. And if I use the mind to dissect the fear, I'm inevitably caught up in the throes of it. But if I begin to look at fear openly, not dissecting it, but just watching it, and as it arrives, as the thought from the past surface, I just watch it. I see the danger of it. I see the harm that it can do. I watch it, and I see. And instead of analyzing it, I move away from it like I would that snake on my path. Because it is a dangerous thing. Can we sit and observe and watch without naming, without questioning, but just watch? You'll see everything that comes along with it, all of the anxiety, all of the stress. And without trying to figure out how to get rid of it, just watch it. And in that watching, our inner being, our spirit, it'll know, hey, this isn't good. And through that stillness, you can watch it come and you can watch it leave. But if you put your thoughts on it, you're opening yourself up to the same psychological game that you've been playing on yourself this whole time. You see, by watching it, by not putting any falsehoods, any false thoughts on it, you can see the truth of fear. And it's not your thought about fear that makes you free. It's truth that makes you free. And the truth can only be determined by your soul. And through that observation, if you move your mind to the side, your soul will have a moment to observe, and it'll know. And all you have to do is listen. Watch your body reaction. Listen to your soul speak. Your soul is the truth that'll make you free.